Hey, what's up you guys? It's Youngblood Reviews here, and I am back, finally. I've had a lot of schoolwork to do, and just things have been on my plate, and I was like, well dang, it's like I've given up on my entire YouTube, so I'm like, I'm gonna make another video. I'm gonna make a video, and I'm gonna start making more. This is going down. And for my first video back, I am going to ask you a question, and I just want to know, what have you guys been reading? What's been going on in your reading life? And for my first video back, I'm also doing a book haul. Just picking a few books that I've actually gotten over the past maybe few weeks, and I just picked a few, not many. So let's get started. First book I got was Pulse by Patrick Carman. This book is about a girl who is born with the ability to move stuff with her mind. This also lives in a world. She also lives in a world where some people get this power, but not many. It's kind of something that's rare for anybody in the world. So I'm very excited to read this book. I've not read any of Patrick Carman's stuff, but something about being able to move stuff with your mind, that sounds really intriguing to me. My next book is Everbound by Brody Ashton. This is the second book in the Everneath trilogy. I think it's a trilogy. Can't really tell you much about it, but because of giving away spoilers. But I loved Everneath. Everneath was such a great book, and this is a Persephone retelling. All of them are. But they are really good books. You need to read them if you haven't. Next book I got came out last week, and it is Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. This is the third book in the Infernal Devices. I love the Infernal Devices. It's not as good as the Mortal Instruments, but I would read these before I do read the Mortal Instruments. You don't have to, but it's just something I do. I've already read all the Mortal Instruments, and I'm very excited for City of Heavenly Fire. But I'm excited to also read this one, and what's kind of cool is they give you a family tree in the book jacket of the all the families that are in the book, and that's what I love about it. My next book is Paper Valentine by Brenna Yovanoff. I've read 2 of her books, and I love her. The Space Between and The Replacement were so good, and I'm very excited to read her murder mystery. This is bound to be good. This is about a girl who starts finding dead bodies, and all the dead bodies have their hearts taken out. So this is bound to be kind of gruesome and kind of good. What I hate about it is my copy is starting to tear, and my camera just kind of fell. But yeah, the things about starting to tear, if you can't see that gets on my nerves. Didn't see that earlier. The next 2 books I got were Onyx and Opal by Jennifer L. Armentrout. These books are part of the Onyx, or not Onyx, but the first book is Obsidian, and these are about a girl who falls in love with an alien. Something that I've not ever read before. I've heard great things about these, and I've been dying to read them. I'm dying to read something about aliens, especially with a love story in it. So I've heard these are really good, and I've heard really great stuff about her Half-Blood stuff. I'm really wanting to read those. The next book is called The Farm by Emily McKay. This is about a girl who is trapped in a thing called The Farm, where they keep all the still alive humans. The world has been taken over by vampires, and the farm is not what it seems to be. So this is pretty good. It's kind of sad because she lives with her autistic sister, and I really don't like reading books that have... not to sound like I hate autistic people, but it's kind of sad to read a book about a place that is really terrifying, and it's got some people that are autistic and stuff, and it really hurts me to read a book like that, because don't get me wrong, I don't hate autistic people. No, I don't hate anybody. But if you know what I mean, it just kind of saddens me to read a book like that. Kind of like watching a movie and you've seen an animal die, a little puppy or a kitten die. That's kind of what it's like for me. It's kind of hard to read or kind of hard to watch. But I'm not read it yet, and I do plan on reading it. I tried to read a little bit of it, and it was kind of good. But again, kind of sad. But go get it if you don't have it. The next thing I got is Things I Can't Forget by Miranda Kennelly. This book is a romance novel, and it's the third one in her 100 Oaks books. I think that's what they're called. And there's definitely going to be more of these, which I was so excited about. This one takes place at a summer camp, and it has nothing to do with sports, surprisingly. The main character, did play soccer at one point, and that's kind of how it makes it sports related. But I'm very excited about these. I love Miranda Kennelly's books. I loved Catching Jordan. I loved Stealing Parker. They were such great books. And finally, my last book is the paperback edition to The Immortal Rolls by Julie Kagawa. So I love the paperback edition because it's got the French flaps, and it's got that cool little picture on the front of the front flap, and then it's also got deckled edges. Kind of cool. So I was very excited to get this, and I'm very excited for the Eternity Cure, which comes out in April. I'm very excited because I loved The Immortal Rules. The Immortal Rules is something that you need to pick up. Also, you can find the review for The Immortal Rules on my YouTube. I did a review for it, and it was such a great book. You just need to go watch the review if you want to see the what I thought about it. But it was so good. I loved it. If you like dystopian and vampires, definitely read it. Well, that is all for me this week, you guys. I hope you guys have a great week in books. And yes, I am going to start doing videos again. Do not fret. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week. Happy reading!